Now we're comfortable up against the wall and we can create a good alignment, we can actually start to practice this balance skill acquisition phase, which is going to help us to learn that freestanding handstand. So Jacko's going to go up into the kick up just as we did before. The first thing he does in this position is creates nice, strong, stable shape like we talked about before, emphasizing that shrug, locking the midsection down. So now he's in a strong position, he's got to start to teach his brain how to balance on his hands. And you can see he brings the 1 foot off, leaving 1 on the wall, which is just shifting more weight over his base of support so he can start to practice what it's like with less support against the wall and relying less on the wall for balance. As he gets good at that, he gets this nice long straight line, quads working hard, he's created some good tension. And now the next job is to see, can you just bring this other leg slightly off the wall, still using the wall for some support, but just gently touching it for the correction when you need it. This is all about time and attention. There's no specific reps and sets, just some practice until you've got both feet off the wall.
The second part of the workout focuses on the strength to be able to maintain this handstand. So those first exercises are about the patterning, the learning to balance on your hands, the skill required for that. Now we're going to look at getting strong. So we've got 2 capacity strength exercises for that. The first one is the pike push-up, where Tim goes from his normal push-up position, and then what he's going to do is walk his feet forward and stick his bum nice and high up in the air. He's trying to get his hips as high as possible so they start to get more inverted compared to the shoulder. From that position, what he's going to do is he's going to screw the elbows so they point backwards, and then as he drives himself down, he's going to be taking his head forward rather than directly between his hands, so they make a triangle with the hands. So when they go out, when his head goes forward, his elbows point back. If his head goes straight down, the elbows end up sticking out to the sides, put the shoulder in a bad position. It's really important we see the movement forward and then drive back up to that same position, because what sometimes happens is you go forward on the way down, when you're not strong enough, the hips drop down, you turn it more into a push-up rather than a pike push-up. We're trying to get that vertical pushing that Tim's showing you beautifully there.
The last exercise we're going to have a look at is the walkout. This is a great core exercise which is going to help us to transfer force through the chain in our handstand and create nice, strong, stable shapes. Super easy to start off with. Jacko's going to drop into his push-up position. This is just a real key point here, is how we set this movement up. If we're in a bad shape in our push-up, we're going to transfer that when we move into the core, into more difficult core position. So we don't want to see this slumping. We want to see the rib cage locked down on top of the hips. Imagine you've got a bowl of water on each. You don't want to allow the water to spill by lifting the rib cage. Bums on, keeping this whole midsection super tight. Jacko's just going to walk his hands out now, and he goes as far as he feels comfortable. You'll get to a point where you feel like if you go any further, you're going to see that back arch and banana. Dave's pretty good at these, so he can actually go out into a real long shape. What we want you to do in this position is just hold out, hang out there for some time, and that's just going to help us to really build that strength. Just show him a bad one, Jacko, with the back arch. So when you take your hands out, you'll feel like your back's just going to bend and your bum's going to stick up in the air. Don't train in this position because you're just reinforcing bad technique that isn't going to transfer into your handstands.
So let's get into the workout now. Just so you know, it's going to be into 2 parts. We've got the movement patterning part, which we're going to do first, and then we're going to have the capacity strength part. We'll do the movement patterning part first, because that's the bit where you're trying to balance. That's the bit that's a bit sort of cognitively demanding in terms of the brain having to think and having to work quite hard. So we want to do it when we're fresh. So we're starting first with the frog stand, and then we're going to go through each exercise in a little mini circuit together. So key thing on this frog stand, where Tim is going to try and hold it for 10 seconds. He's going to be pushing down hard into the floor the whole time. So 10, 9, 8, 7, he's not resting, 6, 5, he's pushing down hard, 4, 3, you can see him working, 2, 1. That's a great 10-second hold. So from there, we then go over to the wall, and we're looking at this kick up and working our alignment. So into the kick up, where we're going to be pausing at the top, we're going to do a 5-second pause, and we're going to do them 3 times. So tummy tight, bum tight, reaching up, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then he's going to come back down. We're going to do that 3 times. We're going to do 3 reps of those. So about time under tension there. Tummy tap, pull up, 5, 4, pushing feet high, 3, 2, 1, good. That long and strong. Last rep, kick to the wall. Feet as high, always pushing to the sky. 4, 3, 2, 1, down we come. Then the third exercise is then actually working on the balance. So you're going to take that nice alignment that you've created, and we're going to take one leg off the wall, and we're going to look to hold for maybe like 5 to 15 seconds of actual balance work. So he's got that one leg off, and he tries to just tap the other leg, and then at some point he's going to find that balance point, hopefully, depending on how much experience we've got, where you can hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Beautiful, there we go. So that is one round of our movement patterning exercises. You're going to have 60 seconds rest now, or about a minute, and then it's going to be my turn.
So 60 seconds rest in the bank. Time to check out Jacko's technique and go through set number 2. Frog stand please, Mr. Jackson. So he sets himself up, hips nice and high, pushing down. Remember the key thing for this is trying to get yourself as high as possible. So I'm going to give him 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep pushing Dave, 3, 2, and 1. Hey. Good, end of the frog stand. So the key point there is keep pushing down all the time. You should really feel like you're trying to lift your hands or so your knees off your elbows. Right, kick up with a shrug. So hands go on the floor. We're going to drive that foot up into the wall, locks down that midsection, pushes himself up nice and tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. Remember trying to get those feet as high up the wall, as strong and as long as you can make yourself. Pushing tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last rep, breathe in between. Try not to hold your breath on these either, but just keep breathing as you go through. Lock in midsection, nice and tall. 5, 4, breathe. 3, 2, 1. So that's that nice long technique of alignment in the locker. It's working hard, eh? Got some capacity strength to come from yet. Okay, the last bit of this movement pattern circuit then is going to be the balance practice, so you can kick yourself up. Just play around in this position, guys. Like Jacko and I can both pull our feet off the wall and balance, but if you're just starting out, it really doesn't matter. Just work at a point where you feel comfortable and you're giving yourself the opportunity to feel that stability move to instability, and then you can correct it until you find out there's no shame in using that wall for support. Your brain needs the opportunity to practice and learn that position. Is that about 10 seconds, Dave?
I don't know.
We'll give that one a rest. So there you go, that is set number 2. We've got our capacity strength set to come. If you want to throw another little set of those exercises together, pause the video now, take yourself through one more set, and then join us for the capacity strength section right now.
So remember, you should have had a minute's rest now, whether you've done your 2 sets or you did that extra one. And then now we're into the final part of the session, part 2, where we're looking at the capacity strength. Really important we spend some time getting strong for these handstands and not just do all the fancy stuff up against the wall, practicing that balance, because it is fun, but we need to get strong as well. So we're going pike push-ups is our first one. We're going to go for 10 reps. So Tim's walked his feet up, he's got the bum nice and high. Remember that head is making a triangle with the hands. So there's 1, and as he drives the whole chain up 2, control on the way down, up 3, 4, 5, focusing on trying to make that push as vertical as possible. 8, he's right up on his tiptoes. 9 and 10. Lovely. So always making sure we have the control. Then we're straight into that walkout, and we're going to try and hold as far out as you can for 10 seconds. So quads tight, bum tight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, look at that shape. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh, coming down to the floor. So you can see how when we start to be strong enough to get really nice and long, it's exactly the same overhead position as in your handstand, but you're using that core to really link those upper and lower extremities together. So a minute's rest, then it's my go.
So it's time for Jacko to have a go. Set number 2, pike push-ups. On these ones, guys, if you feel like 10's too many for you to do, there's no problem about dropping those numbers down. You can go through whatever you can feel is achievable. As you start to get more confident with these, you'll build those numbers up. And also you can work through a shorter range of movement if you need to. So Jacko's going full range head to the floor. If you go down and find you can only go halfway, that's fine. Just work through the range of movement that you've got, and you're still going to find you really start to build some strength in this position. Is that about 3, Jacko?
8.
Right, sorry, I was talking. Okay, so keeping the bum nice and high, great technique, keeping the elbows in nice and tight to the body. Ugh. Reps out to 10. Now for the walkouts. So again, you don't have to go all the way out. We kind of wanted to show you, we kind of pushing ourselves as well through the workout. So we've gone full range, but it might be that you literally move your hands 3 or 4 centimeters or 5 or 6 inches forwards just to get enough strain onto that position where it feels like your back's gonna bend, but you're locking in super tight, front and back, to hold for as long as you can. Aim for something you can do for 10 seconds. It's a meaningful amount of time, which is gonna help to build up some strength. Once again, you can pause now, hit another set if you want to, or if you don't, if you've done enough and you feel like you've put some work in the tank, well, you can have a rest and a sit down. So that's the end of the workout, guys. You've got some skill-based work in the movement pattern. You've done some work to get strong. Hopefully you probably find that your heart's up a little bit and you feel like you've done a decent amount of work, and all of that is going to build towards your handstand perfection.
So you might have followed along just those 2 sets if you're just starting out, or maybe you've done that extra third or even possibly a fourth, but that's probably about where we want to sit. 2 to 4 sets of those, looking to get some of the reps around 8 to 10 to 12 reps when in the strength section, and then just making sure that in the patterning stuff when you're working on the skill, you're taking your time to make sure there's real quality in the movement in terms of your alignment and the chance to give your brain the opportunity to learn how to balance on those hands rather than on your feet.
Calisthenics means beauty and strength. We want to move with control and elegance. So make sure when you're doing these, you're always training with good technique. It's not about boshing out the reps in the shortest amount of time. Just take your time, move with grace, beauty, get strong. What else do you need?
Well, at least we try.
Yeah, we'll do our best. So until next time.
Class dismissed.
What's up, everyone? It's Ed from Barstarz. We're a group of calisthenic professionals that train at defying gravity. We tell our body where to go. It doesn't tell us. Are you tired of paying for an expensive gym membership and having a bullshit coach? Are you at home, the gym, or with your trainer and just not getting the results you deserve? Are you seeing other people around you succeed and you're just not getting there? It's time you take control of your life. We developed a 12-week body transformation program called BTX. It's a program with no boundaries. It's gonna push you harder than you've ever been pushed before, and you're gonna have impressive results, guaranteed. This is more than just a workout. This is a full transformation program with over 17 years of experience behind it. Motivational videos to keep you going, challenges to keep you inspired, and an amazing community to support you along the way. And this isn't it. We're also giving you a nutrition guideline and tips, because working out is only half the battle. This is a whole lifestyle change. So who's this program for? This program is designed for anyone who wants to change for the better, no matter who you are or whatever your past workout experience might have been. We'll bring you to the next level. Barstarz have been making instructional videos for the last 7 years, being one of the first to make comprehensive calisthenics tutorials on the internet. We changed the lives of thousands of people just like you. I know what you're thinking. All this sounds too good to be true, but you know what? We'll offer you a full money back guarantee. Love your results or get a full refund. So what are you waiting for? Join us in the movement to change for the better and sign up to this program right now. You won't regret it.